welcome to our home. I'm Kenneth. This is Michelle. These are our two dogs, Neely and Jonah. And we just want to tell you a little bit about who we are.
I was born and raised in a small town in East Texas. I was the oldest of three girls. I had two, what I consider wonderful parents. We had our challenges, I think, like any family has, but one thing I never doubted was that my parents loved me very much. My mother came from a very large Czech family, and as a result, I always had so many cousins around, so many people around, many aunts and uncles. I grew up going to Czech polka dances. When I was a little older, we moved to the Dallas area, and I went to high school in a suburb of Dallas. Again, I feel like it was a relatively safe and happy childhood, and then I left home for the first time to go to school at Texas A&M University, where I did my undergraduate work, and that's where I met Kenneth.
I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. My parents' family is not as large as Michelle's extended family, who I've come to know really well over the years, but they each had smaller families, and we would travel on the weekends to go and visit either my mom's side of the family or my dad's side of the family or both. I have a brother. His name is Mark. Though he's technically not biologically my brother, he was in the Big Brothers and Sisters program, and the year before I was born, my parents went into the Big Brothers and Sisters program and took on Mark as a mentor, or became a mentor for Mark. Soon after became pregnant, and Mark, I think, was very worried. He was a 9-year-old boy, and he thought that he would be put right back into the program and just go back to another family. And my parents had very different plans. They felt like he needed something consistent and solid in his life, and so they made a commitment to just keep him in the family. So I've grown up with him as my brother for this whole time. So after high school, I left home, also went to Texas A&M, which is where I met Michelle, and the rest is history.
So I majored in biomedical science at Texas A&M and then went on to PA school in Galveston, Texas. I've been practicing as a PA for about 13, 14 years. Most days I like what I do. I can't say that every day I do. I think that I've learned a fair amount about humanity and people and how we act through what I do. And I continue to do that today.
I have a degree in architecture from Texas A&M, and soon after I graduated, it was kind of a technology boom, and so I immediately transitioned skill sets, learned how to build servers and computers, and went into IT. Recently, we moved to Colorado for me to pursue a master's degree in IT project management at DU, and I recently was hired by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service as an IT project manager.
We go to the mountains every chance we get. In the winter, we go and we ski. In the summer, we hike or we camp or we take the dogs for a walk of some sort. Mountain biking, yes. He's better at it than I am. But we love the mountains. We're fortunate that our families love Colorado as well. They come up and they spend probably most of their summers here, and we're very lucky to get to spend time with extended family while they're up here as well.
And we're very lucky that our extended families get along the way that they do.
There's a new generation forming in my family. My sister had my parents' first grandchild about a year and a half ago. His name is Elliot. It's been amazing to see how wonderful my parents are with Elliot. We are so excited, and we're looking forward to providing another grandchild for my parents. Kenneth's parents, as we mentioned earlier, already have 2 grandchildren, and we've been able to see how wonderful they are. But not just that. I have my cousin and her partner recently adopted a little boy about a little over a year ago, and that's been a biracial adoption, so it's been an interesting experience for the family. And the family's been just amazing with it. Everybody loves Teo. He's a spectacular little boy. And I feel that watching my parents with the grandchild they already have and watching them with my cousin's adopted child, I both know and feel that they will be supportive of this adoption. They're so excited. They want to come up and help us with so many things. I know they're going to be such a big part of our child's life as well, and that means so very much to both of us to have that.
Right, knowledge. And that's the same with my parents. They're the same way. Mm-hmm. And they also are getting to know the new additions to the family. And just restate what Michelle said, everyone is so supportive of the adoption process and just so happy to have these new lives brought into the family.
I feel very lucky to get to share my life with Kenneth. He's been a great partner, a great spouse. He's a kind person, he's a caring person, he's a compassionate person. When I find myself getting upset about things, he helps me calm down and not be upset about those things. It's amazing. He has such natural leadership abilities. Anytime we go anywhere with friends or we do anything, people seem to turn to him to look, to say, what do we do next? And I don't think he even realizes he has those abilities sometimes. So through this entire process, when you have doubts and fears and questions, one of the things that keeps me coming back to knowing this is the right thing is I have this image of him holding a new baby and looking at this baby lovingly, and I know that image is going to come true, and I look forward to the day that it does.
Michelle is one of those people that doesn't meet a stranger. She, I think, was drawn into healthcare because it's helping people. She's just compassionate right from the start. We hit it off just immediately, and I knew right away that she was someone that I would want to keep in my life, and that it really kind of felt like I was meeting someone that I already knew, if that makes any sense. And those qualities in her are just what I think draw people to her. When she makes friends really easily, and she's very nurturing and caring and giving. People feel that, and I think that's why she has so many friends that, you know, that count her as one of their really great friends. I just feel really happy that we're together and that I'm one of those people too.
So we've spent a lot of time in the last few months talking about how we see ourselves raising a child. And you know, the conclusion is we don't know the right answer. We don't know the right way to do it. But what we do know is that we would be able to give a child love and nurture and compassion. And I think more than anything, that's the number one most important thing we can give a child.
We would want to make sure that the child has every opportunity to learn about who they are and where they came from. And
we know that as an adoptive family, we're going to be different. We're not the norm. We look forward to that difference. We think it's an opportunity to grow and learn from each other. It's an opportunity to learn from you as the birth mother. It's an opportunity for our families to learn and to experience different people, different culture potentially even. So one thing we think is very important is for the child to know their birth story, where they came from, who their birth mother was.
And we want to make sure from day one that they know that everyone involved in their lives has made all of these decisions based on just a love of them, and from the very start they'll just be hearing about all the people involved in their lives who have loved them from the start.
We want to thank you for taking the time today to watch our video, and hopefully you've gotten to know us a little better. We know you're facing a very difficult decision right now, and we wish you the very best of luck with whatever you decide. Again, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much for watching. High five. Nice.